Oh, goodness. The Everglades has one of the best fisheries in Florida. It's located on the southern tip. It's just a vast wetland, filled with wildlife, hundreds of different fish species, bird species, mammals, reptiles. Absolutely incredible destination to come to, one of the largest national parks in the United States. The Everglades is a great destination, but when you come here, you need to know, listen, it's not a place where you're gonna come and find franchised restaurants and five-star hotels. It's old Florida, and it's being a part of what Florida once was. We're talking about a 1 mile stretch of land that, it's all family. Everybody here knows everybody. They're all family businesses. The restaurants are all family owned, and they've been in their families for generations and generations. And the same thing with the businesses. They make a living off the land down here, and they're Gladesmen. So many of these people are generation after generation of families, and it's nice to see that they're able to recover from such devastation as Hurricane Irma, and that the guests are coming back and patronizing this awesome city. This week we're fishing with Austin Acosta, a young kid, a second-generation fisherman down here. His dad's a guide, and they actually own Everglades Bait and Tackle. So they have history here. The kid grew up on the water here. I'm excited to see the knowledge that he's learned growing up in this town, and he says he's on a great bite. We're coming right off a cold front, but you know what? Things are warming up, and hopefully the fish are chewing. All right, down here in Everglades City, part of the Everglades National Park, 10,000 Islands area, Austin Acosta kind of pretty much grew up down here doing this, huh?
Yes, sir. Yep, I've been down here before I could walk. Been doing it, driving a boat since 14. So got my boater's license the day I turned 14 and got a boat about a week after. And
parents are down here. You guys got a bait and tackle store. This is really a neat location, a neat destination. If you enjoy fishing, the outdoors, bird life, just if you really want to capture the essence of Florida, this is one of those places to come.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's like it's been for hundreds of years, unchanged out here. Once you get out on a boat or get away from the shoreline, this is what it looked like. It hasn't changed much.
Vast. I mean, you have so much area. You cover, miles and miles and miles, and you might pass 1-2 boats.
You barely see anybody, and they call it 10,000 Islands for a reason. This thing is just peppered with islands. What kind of fish and what are we hoping to catch?
We're going to be targeting some speckled sea trout, some red drum, snook, black drum, sheep's head. We'll change it up, mix a little bit of everything in there.
I'm excited to get out here and see what the day holds. Let's do it.
Yep, let's do it.
Leaving out of Everglades City, you immediately into mangrove-lined shorelines. They call it 10,000 Islands for a reason. It's just peppered with small islands. It's a great place to come and forget about everything in your life besides what's in front of you, the fishing, the birds, the alligators, the water, the mangroves. It's so much to take in, it's overwhelming. It's amazing, all this fog. We've had a couple days of warm up and the water's still cold, so rolled in here all of a sudden. But
last couple minutes of it coming in here on this island, there's an oyster bar that connects the little one to the big one.
Right here?
Yep.
Between those two?
Between the two, and there's a little one that tails off the end right there. You're gonna try and want to hit both of them.
So we just had the biggest cold front of the year, Austin. What's that gonna do to these fish in here?
Yeah, that water temperature, I mean, we got it up in the high 50s right now, and it's hurting them a little bit. They're sitting in a little bit deeper water, looking for that warmer water, where it's not changing so much. Sheep's head, they're usually schooled up around a little bit of structure. We'll generally want to fish for them around a tree that's been submerged for quite a while. It's got some oysters and crustaceans are on it. They got these crazy looking teeth in there. Get in there, grind stuff up. Pretty cool fish.
Man, they got the same exact spot. I caught a sheephead, now I caught a trout. That's what you said. You come to these spots, you never know what you're gonna catch.
That's right.
That's a decent little trout. Pretty in that water, God. Such soft little mouth, though. Bounce to the bottom, right up along that structure. It's a male, you can hear him grunting. The males will grunt. It's cool.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Triton Boats. We take America fishing.
You know, so often we travel these destinations and fishing is the only thing on our mind. We're a fishing show, but when you come to a place like this, there's more to it than that. We decided we're gonna spend one day on the boat, but then take some time and really just travel around the town. Just say, let's go discover what else is in Everglades City. I tell you what, it's not just fishing alligators and airboats, it's skunk apes. Welcome. I hear you're the man to put me on some skunk apes.
That's it, Jack Sheely, Skunk Ape Headquarters. Good to meet you, man. Welcome down to the swamp. So you guys, what you want to do, a little skunk ape hunting?
There's been some sightings?
Over the years, there's a lot of stories, guys out in the 10,000 islands here in Big Cyber Swamp that have seen things, but show you around our place anyway, show what we got going on here.
I'm excited to see it.
Cool, come on in. They found some footprints over the years, but in 1997, it's kind of what Chris does the Skunk Ape Headquarters. My dad got this picture. It's like the photo seen around the world. And you can kind of see it standing up in the grass there. So you can see it's kind of where it all began. We get visitors here from all over the world. We've got an animal exhibit, cabins, lodging, campground here, and last little bit of old Florida. So it's cool. We get folks that this is one of their favorite places to go on vacation. They come here every year, but they're from, like, you know, Germany, the Netherlands. Cool. So a lot of folks like it. It's old Florida.
This is gorgeous through here. This is like what I think of when, you know, thinking of the Everglades and 10,000 islands, shorelines like this. This goes on forever, huh?
Yeah, forever.
It all looks good too. I mean, how do you find a spot that's better than the other?
You just gotta drive around, you gotta pay attention to the water. If you look out there, you can see how the water's coming out of these little channels and everything, and you gotta look at the way that it bounces off shorelines. Those fish, they like, you know, deep troughs where they can sit down in that deeper water where the water just barely brushes over the top of their head, and they can just come out and swipe crabs, shrimp, you know, whatever's coming along.
Yeah, you can see here in the dark, and then over there some dark sloughs where the water's a little deeper. Got him. Got him?
Yeah.
Nice. God, loaded
Big trout are everywhere.
All these trout just pushed in here because it's cold, or they're here year-round, or spawning, or?
Well, they're back up in this deeper water because it's cold. We got that low water temperature. Normally, when the water temperature's up, you know, in the mid-80s, they're out on them grass flats just outside of here. Yeah, okay. And they'll school up out there. We'll get these size trout out there for, you know, 6 months out of the year, and then the other half of the year, they're pushed back up in this deeper water.
Plenty of them. Every cast.
That's a little bit better one, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Saw that deep hole sitting there, and man, they're stacked in there. Little 2000 size. Pen is perfect for this. 10 pounds spider wire, ultra cast and Visibraid, and it's just a perfect setup. Red.
Nice red fish.
Nice red.
Yeah. I'll land him for you.
Nice red too. Yeah, he felt good. Is that a typical size?
Yeah, that's good.
Slot size red right there.
Yep, about 20, 21.
They're right there where you said they were gonna be. 2 casts, had a trout on the first shot. A redfish is the next one. You know, shallow bar, drops right off. It's perfect. All that fallen trees right there. He's sitting right on that drop off, right where you said he was gonna be.
Yeah, right there in that deeper water. Waiting for something to come over his head.
Look at this, how pretty that is. Yeah. Look at the colors on that tail.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Maui Gym. Seeing is believing.
Fishing isn't the only thing to do in the Everglades. There's a lot of people that travel down here to witness the wildlife. Eco tours are huge down here. Everywhere you turn, there's airboat rides and ways for you to get out onto these marshes and see what Florida was once, before it was touched by development and before so many people inhabited it. The bird life, the reptiles, it's so much to witness that people will spend, you know, time down here. And only thing they don't bring a rod and reel. A lot of people just bring a camera and they're happy enough doing that.
Now these guys, they'll go through about 2,000 teeth in a lifetime. If they chip one or crack that tooth, they will shed it, and one's right in this place behind it.
2 sticking out of the side of that one's mouth right there. That's crazy.
That one there's a male. This back one here is most likely a female.
So what if you get a ton of rain, though? The salinity drops, or
Yes,
does it
sir.
get enough flow in and out to kind of regulate that?
The salinity will drop, and you'll get most of your freshwater fish will come back in here, like your bass, you got your Oscar, alligator gar, tilapia, a few of them, you know. But most of the year, you'll find your snook, tarpon, redfish. They all come in here, they spawn out in these back little bays.
Oh, really?
And they travel back to the Gulf. Yes, sir.
You got a lot of history down here, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm 7th generation from my family to live here in Everglades City. My family's been here since the late 1700s. They settled on an island just on the edge of the Gulf, Fakahatchee Island. Not real big, just a few other families besides our own. And they lived up there all the way up until the early 1900s.
Traditional Gladesman.
Yes, sir.
That's just...
Born and raised and wouldn't trade it for nothing. And, you know, fished all my life and took this job up. I love it. Come out here, enjoy the beautiful Everglades. You never know what you're gonna see, and just love it out here, you know. It's freedom.
You just piled on it, dude. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice! That's a good little one there.
Yeah. Fun size. That's another good sized one.
Ah, it's too much fun right there. Too much fun. Oh, it's sick. I love snook fishing, and they get better than this. You can get them on plugs too. This one was jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
It's a little fatty right here. Not that long, but fat. Doubled up on the snook in the Everglades.
Not a bad way to spend the day.
Gosh. You got them on the jig, I got them on the twitch bait. They're just stacked in there right now. Look at that. Nice. Just let them go. There they go. And the fishing was absolutely incredible. As good as you could hope for. When you can catch an inshore slam, you know you're at a good destination. Snook, trout, and a red in one spot on 3 casts. I'm not lying to you. That's the first time I've ever done it. you know, to have that here in Florida, South Florida, that's accessible to all of us is incredible. People travel all over the world for fishing like this, and we have it right here in our backyard. What do you like most about being down here in the Everglades?
Good question. There's so many different things. If I had to pick one, it would definitely be that, you know, we've been out here all day and we haven't had one boat drive by us. It's just, it's awesome. You come out here, you can fish every single spot you want to fish. You don't have to worry about anybody being in it. You don't have to worry about the wakes when you're fishing it. You know, it's just, the area is just awesome.
Oh, took long. It's just like Austin said, there's deep pockets on these colder winter days. The water is where they're gonna go. They're gonna go to that deeper body of water. It's super shallow all throughout here, and then there's just a deep trench right here that these fish are sitting in.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Ray Marine. Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater.
I'm not only the host of Real-Time Florida Sportsman, I'm also a full-time guide. I've been guiding for over 15 years. And fishing rods and reels are the equipment that I make my living with, and they're the most important tool that I put in clients' hands. Penn rods are built to last. It's important that I'm using the most reliable and durable products that are on the market today. Penn has a rod for every type of application, whether you're freshwater fishing, light tackle inshore, offshore, bottom fishing, trolling. It doesn't matter, they cover everything. The Penn Battalion rod is a perfect rod for inshore light tackle fishing. I use this rod from anything from trout fishing, red fishing, snook fishing. You can even use it in freshwater applications targeting bass. For heavy inshore and offshore fishing, I choose the Carnage 2. Now this rod has carbon fiber technology for the blanks, Fuji guides that provide tangle-free experience when using braided line, and soft, comfortable foil grips for really wrenching down on those big fish. I use these rods for tarpon fishing, cobia fishing, dolphin, sailfish. It's a perfect match to something around the size of 55, 65, all the way up to 10,500 size reels. And at the top, you have the international rods. Now these things are workhorses. These things were designed to catch the biggest fish in the ocean, whether it's tuna or billfish, high-speed trolling for wahoo, it doesn't matter. These rods were built to do it. They come in bent butt, standard butt, stand-up, roller guides, traditional guides, pretty much any kind of application for your heavy offshore tackle needs. So whatever your fishing rod needs are, take a look at your local Penn dealer and I'm sure they'll have the right fit for you. Got him. Nice job. Good hook set. God, you see him there? I don't see him. Oh yeah, I see him. I see him. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh, nice snook.
Good fish.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
There's that Yozuri twitch bait right there on the surface.
Got a monster on there.
Whew. Nice fish. They're laid up. I threw that twitch bait. He inhaled it. You guys saw those bigger ones, and I thought I might put a little bigger bait on a bigger profile.
Yep, he's done.
Sitting up top, the water's warming, and they're just nosed into the current here. Threw that twitch bait in there, popped it once, and they were all over it. This big one rose up and ate it. How perfect is this on this light tackle? A little 2000.
It's a nice fish.
It is on this light tackle too. You know, it's all you need. It's all you can ask for too. Pretty snook. A little wound on the side there. Probably got hit by something. That is a solid Everglades snook right there. Get him, bro. Yes! Look at that. We saw him sitting there. You saw him laid up. How perfect is that?
It's an awesome fish.
We were throwing those jigs with the shrimp and we're bouncing the bottom, catching smaller fish. We saw him up on top, threw that Yozuri twitch bait, and he inhaled it right away.
He hit it hard, yeah.
This is exactly why you come down here, for a fish like this, on tackle like this, and in a background like this. You couldn't ask for anything more. This is the perfect day, perfect fish, perfect company. This is Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't.
This is the Everglades, this is why you come. If you do the history of Florida, you know, those roadside attractions, that was the entertainment. And it's neat to still see a place that's like that, to stop, to be a part of that, to slow down and enjoying what they enjoy. You know, to see the zoo there, you know, the animals. It's something that, you know, I don't take the time to do anymore, and it's probably I should do more of it. And to walk around and to talk and hear the passion in these people's voice about what they do. You know, is there really a skunk ape? I don't know. It wasn't about finding a skunk ape. It was about just meeting these people and seeing what they had to offer. And I'm so glad we stopped. You like real-time Florida Sportsman?
AOL.
The little guy, the little running guy. I was hoping to find the skunk ape. I was a little disappointed that I didn't get to see the skunk ape.
Oh!
It's all right, it's all right.
I almost fell in the water and broke a rod. There's things you don't normally see.